So the idea is, of course, to make sure that as we add this or click or make it rain, we're going to increase our money in our bank. Okay, to do that, we simply create a variable at the top here, which will be our counters. So let's say private. I'm going to say money counter, and I'm going to set it to, it has to be an integer, so int. Let's set it to 0. Okay, initialize it to 0 as such. And then simply in our make it rain, we are going to increment each time that we tap on the button, right? So I'm going to say money counter. I'm going to increment, so I'm going to say plus equal as such, and I'm going to increment by 1,000 like this. So each time that we tap, it's going to come in, counter, say 0, it's going to just add 1,000 to it. So that means it's going to be 1,000. Next time, counter is 1,000. Increment by 1,000, 2,000, and so forth. To see that in action, I'm going to just go ahead and append our money counter here so you can see. Save this and quick run and open our run. Let's see what's going to happen. Say make it rain. There's 1,000 the first time. So it'll be 2,000. Keep going. And voila, you can see that it's working perfectly. Very good. So the idea now is that we know that the tapping is working fine. We are incrementing our money. Everything is looking great. But now is the time for us to actually show that amount in here, in our text here, because this is static. We added this so that we can visually see what would go there. This is not good because we have to change that dynamically. Well, how do we do that? Well, first of all, we'll have to come down here, of course, to see our user interface, and let's go to our text. We say money text, that is the ID. So we already have the ID. Now we have to infer to it. To do that, we can come down here and say private. In fact, you notice that this show money and show tag, they no longer really are needed. In fact, we don't need to have this at this point, right? So I'm going to just go ahead and comment this out. All right. So I'm going to also comment this out here. The reason why I'm commenting it out is because if you wish to use this way, using the set on click listener, you would obviously have these instance variables button and other button so that we can then find view by ID as you saw here and then do all this. Okay. So, but because we're using this different way of doing it to actually create the methods, as you can see here, and we have the names of the methods on click inside of XML, then we don't need to do that as I previously explained. Okay, so getting rid of that, but we have to add, of course, something else. What is that we're going to add? We're going to say private, and I'm going to say a text view. That's a text view type we need. I'm going to say money text like this. Okay, let's say select everything and make sure that everything is formatted right. So now we have money text here. We can come inside of our money text. I'm going to say find view by ID, r.id dot money text. Okay, there we go. So now we have a handle here. That means we can then set the text to something which is going to be, in this case, our counter. So easily I can come down here. I'm going to say money text dot set text. I'm going to say money counter like that. Let's save this and give a quick run. Make it rain, and we have an issue. What is the problem, folks? Let's go there. It looks like resource not found, string resource ID. Let's find this, making sure that our ID is, yes, that is indeed ID money text. Let's say integer dot toString like this, and we're going to put all of our money counter inside there. There we go. So it turns out, because this is indeed an integer, we cannot put inside of text as it is. So we have to actually change it to make it a string. But now we have a problem here because it says consider using string.format. Again, that's the beauty of having a nice IDE such as this one, because it gives us hints of things that we should do. In this case here, I can come down here, click there. And of course here, I can either suppress this warning, but we don't want to do that. So I'm going to say follow what they tell us to do. So we've solved this problem here, but not quite, because now we have some sort of a warning that says, well, instead of using this, how about using this different format here, which is going to be string.format instead. But instead of that, actually, I'm going to use something else. It's going to be actually the same idea, string number.value of. I like this because it actually go ahead and translates whatever this money counter is, in this case it's an integer, and makes it a string type of it so that then this text will know exactly how to render it. Meaning this now is indeed a textual format of 1,000. If you save this, we should be able to see things actually working. Let's say show money, 1,000, 2,000, and so forth. Okay, that's another way of formatting things that are from different type and make it all work. All right, so there we go. So now we can see you have 7,000, keep adding 8,000 and more, and so forth. So you can keep going and the number will keep growing. Now, one other thing you will notice here is that this number here looks great, but not necessarily. Wouldn't that be great if we actually had a way in which we could format this number so that it looks like a currency, right? Usually with the $sign and so forth. Now, the cool thing about programming, if you haven't noticed right now, is that there's always different ways to do the same thing, but there is always indeed the best way. What that means is that there is a class called format class that allows us to format all sort of things, all sort of numbers, all sort of dates, and so many things. So let's use that. Now, you may ask, so how do I know where to find such thing? Well, always Google. I know it may seem very trivial, but it's true. Whenever you have a question that you don't understand or something that you're like, how do you do that? You just Google it, okay? Say, for instance, how to format Android numbers to currency. And then you will find different ways that people show you how to do that. As simple as that, okay? Very good. So here's what we're going to do. Notice we're inside of our make it rain. So at the top here, I'm going to say number format. I'm going to call this number format like that is equal to number format. Notice that we don't have to instantiate this. I'm going to say dot, and I can then say get currency instance. All right, there we go. So now this format pointer, this format type here, number format, will allow me to format anything to show currency. How do we use that? Well, we use that very simply in this manner. So what we're going to do here inside of our money or string.value, where we're translating this integer value into a text or string so that we can actually show it, we're going to call it. So I'm going to say format or number format dot format. Notice we can pass all sort of things here, right? We can pass numbers and so forth. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pass this number money counter. Cut that and put inside there. There we go. Now this number format here, it knows exactly what to do. We're going to take this number and make sure that it translates it to a currency. So it should now look something like this. 1,000 and perhaps decimal points like that. Okay. Now notice this get currency is very interesting because what it does, it get the currency of the locale of your Android device. So if you live in a part of the world where you don't use this notation, this format of currency, obviously you're not going to see this. So it all depends on the language that you're using on your phone, which is very handy because our applications are meant to be used all over the world. Okay? So this is a good way of using our number format. And there we go. We say number format. We say dot format, invoking the method, and then we pass the amount or the number we want to format. Look at this. So let's save this and do a quick refresh there. All right, let's give it a try. So remember this 2,000 here is from our code that we hard coded before. So it doesn't count. Let's say make it rain and look at that. 1,000, 2,000, and nice. Keep going and the number keeps going. All right, there we go. So we're able to get our number format from our library here, java.text library as you saw, and we use that, we leverage it to actually format our money counter so that it looks exactly like money. So now I said you have $19,000. Oh, wouldn't that be great? You can keep going and you're making it rain. All right, folks, very good, very good. And of course, our log is still working because we still have it working there. But usually you want to get rid of that once you know things are working, right? Because you don't want to have all these logs happening all the time. Very good. So now you have this application working as intended. So it keeps going and the money keeps growing in our bank account.